Okay, so let's talk about Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom. This is the farewell, the final bout for the DCEU, which has come to an end. And it's been interesting, right, to see how we have seen the trajectory of superhero films sort of reach a point. I wouldn't say that all of them in particular, because we saw that Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 just completely shatter expectations, of course. But I think that that's a different case, a different type of scenario, because I think that's more of a devotion to who James Gunn is as a filmmaker, as opposed to what we saw with other superhero films this year. And of course, it hurts. Blue Beetle. Blue Beetle. I wanted Blue Beetle to do so good because honestly, it's one of my favorite movies of the year. But we're here, the end of 2023, which I feel brought the superhero fatigue to a level where I finally think it is sort of like truth to it. We've been hearing it for so many years. Like, let me tell you, even before Civil War came out, people said superhero fatigue. And I was like, it ain't happening. Now, do I think that superhero fatigue will ever happen? Possibly. Is it happening right now? I don't think so. I think we're in a pretty weird year where we have just reached so many like insane moments in comic books, specifically with Marvel movies. We had Infinity War, we had Spider-Man No Way Home, and I think people at a certain point become very much so like, what more can they do, right? And so I don't know how it's going to go in 2024 for superhero movies. We could have a resurgence, we could not. I don't care. I'll be there for it. But I think that now, seeing Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom, I'm seeing what people are seeing. So let's talk about it. So Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom is the second film in the Aquaman series and the final film for Jason Momoa as Aquaman, apparently. James Wan is back directing. We have a story done here as well. We have James Wan. We have Jason Momoa working on it as well. And we have a bunch of other actors in here. Amber Heard, Nicole Kidman, Yahya Abdul-Mateen II, and also you have a slew of other actors in here that are just very much so on their A game, honestly. And I'll talk more about that right here. So this film follows the events of the previous Aquaman film, where we saw Jason Momoa's Arthur become the king of Atlantis after taking it over from his brother Orm, who was trying to just be a menace to the land. And so in this film, we see Jaja's character of Black Manta, which, let me tell you, I was excited for this film. When I heard Black Manta was going to be in this film, even more than the first one, I was ready for it. And I will say, Black Manta's scenes in here were just insanely cool, honestly. And that's one thing the film has going for it. Its style, it has these amazing shots. It has some weird shots here and there as well, some Soprano-esque type vibes to it, where the slow-mo's like kind of weird and jaggedy, and it's just like, what the hell are y'all doing right there? But overall, I think the style is amazing here. I think the creature designs, the set designs, the world building in this film is just nothing but incredible, honestly, and I give them props on it so much. I was so intrigued by so many of these scenes here. There's a desert scene with King Orm as well as Arthur, and it was just like, what? Like, I was like wanting the DCU to continue because I want more worlds like this to be seen, and I'm hoping we see it in James Gunn's DC universe, however that may be. But I was definitely feeling this one a lot. Like, this was just insane how beautifully done some of these scenes were. Now, when it comes to that, it's amazing. It's perfect, right? When it comes to some of the story, some of the dialogue here, it feels all over the place. And honestly, like, we've heard so many times that there were some reshoots going on and on and on for this film, and it is so clear in this film that the reshoots kept going and going, and some of the parts felt so slimmed down to the point where I was like, what was even the point of having this character? It just felt like this character was just there to just fill in that like commitment to the contract or whatever it was. Y'all trimmed it down so much that I just was like, it would be random, this character appears, and you're just like, yeah. And I don't understand it, why you would have a movie with this character already, and it's clearly they were more in the movie and then they weren't after, and it kind of affects some of the flow of the film. There are also scenes that felt like they were very much so like abruptly ended or just cut to the next part, and it was like there was something they're missing, and it really is felt throughout the story. Some of the dialogue here as well is sort of like it wants to make you laugh, but it's trying too hard to make you laugh at the same time. And some of the scenes where it really isn't wanting to make you laugh will make you laugh. And it's interesting. Like I said, this film goes through a lot of different phases. It has a lot of different like emotions it wants you to evoke at the same time, and it feels like three different movies all squished together. This is a Frankenstein monster goodbye to DCU. And I kind of liked it at the same time, that it was just like a no holds barred, we're going to have fun, we're going to do whatever we want type of film. And it was just doing everything and anything you wanted from an Aquaman film and then some. It felt like a possession film as well, because you have Black Manta picking up this trident, which basically possesses him. And I really love that aspect of it, especially with James Wan being such a big horror director. It was great to see him try to infuse different styles into this film. And I will say the horror aspects and dark parts about this film really worked so well. Like, I was like, give me more of that and we would have had something good. Like, this film felt a little bit too long as well. I felt like there were scenes that could have been condensed more, and I feel like if they added a couple more things to some things and polished that script up, we would have had one of the best superhero movies of all time. And I'm not saying that slightly. This film was this close to being just a perfect superhero film, but I think that this script is kind of what hinders it in the end. Overall, I really enjoyed the film. I had a lot of fun with it. I think that the acting was great. Jason Momoa is just so charismatic in this film, and anything he's in, he really just brightens up all the scenes regardless of what's going on. And I think that all the other actors as well are just great. I want to see more of Jaja. I think he was great as Black Manta, and it's kind of sad we won't continue to see that character sort of evolve more throughout. Even in the film in itself, it's a character that starts off strong, but as we get more into the film, it's like they really drop any weight the character has. And I was just like, damn, because I thought we were going to get something special. But overall, like I said, a great visual film, great world building, creature designs. The acting really held it together as well. But it was just this story that was all over the place. The dialogue that wasn't as strong hitting as it wanted to be. And just a film that couldn't find its tone or its pace. That's where Aquaman fails. And I will say, overall, I'll watch it again because it was just a fun movie. But I'll give it 3.5 stars out of 5. It's still not as bad as some other superhero movies, and I still think that we get something special with a farewell to the DCEU with this one. And the post-credit scene, I feel very much so puts this all together of the DCEU universe and everything that's been going on with superhero films pretty well. So I'll leave you with that. Let me know your thoughts and opinions on Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom. If you liked it or not. Like I said, fun movie, just a ton of problems, but overall, I'm watching it again. Let me know what you think. As always, I'll see you next time. Stay safe, stay positive.